What's going on, guys? Ryan here, and today for Vlogmas I'm going to tell you some last minute cheap gifts that you can give to your loved ones this Christmas. So Christmas is in the next couple days. We got just a little bit of time, and when you order stuff online it'll take some time to get here, and pretty soon it's going to be too late. You can't order something and get it that day or the next day unless you're lucky. If you cannot order something and it will get here, or you don't have enough money, or you really have no idea what to give your loved ones for this Christmas, well, I'm going to help you out with that. So I just want to tell you, it's not about how much the gift is. It's kind of what it is, how much thought you put into it, what it means to that other person, and what it means that you got them that gift. So for this year, like I said in a couple of my videos, we can't spend too much money on gifts this year. And in fact, we only got like 4 or 5 gifts total that we bought from a store or online or whatever. They're actual items that we went and bought for people. But I have like 9 other people I gotta get gifts for. And honestly, some of them I can't get anything for them. Except for, guess what? Number 1, a letter. Just write them a letter. If you don't want to send someone a gift, buy it online and ship it to them. And if you don't want it to get there a day or 2 later after Christmas and you don't know what else to do, you can just write them a nice letter and then send it out, and it'll get to them either by Christmas or a little bit after. It doesn't really matter, but it's going to be cheap. A stamp is only 55 cents and you can get quite a few just for cheap, you know? Like, if you had to, you could write 10 letters for about $5. That's pretty good. 10 gifts for $5, that's really good, if you think about it. Now that's just the really cheap, easiest way, right, to give someone a gift. Just write them a nice letter. The other thing is, I mentioned in my last video, bake them something. Or make them something. I mean, when you're baking, you can bake them like a nice like dessert or a pie or like a nice meal or anything. For me, I'm going to bake poppy seed bread and give it to my family members. That's what I'm gonna do. Now sure, you have to get some extra things here and there, but in total you could spend about 15 bucks on 9 or 10 gifts or 10 people. That's awesome. 15 bucks for 10 people. That's really good. Now the other thing too is, if you are like me and have a wife who, one, knows that we can't afford gifts and says, I don't really want a gift, and you go, well, I obviously need to get you something, and she goes, just do something meaningful. And you're sitting there like, what's meaningful? Well, for me, what I did is, well, of course we are going to be away for Christmas, and I was thinking, well, there's certain things I would like to do here that I can't really do at someone else's house. So today, this morning, I got up real early. I closed the door to the bedroom and went to the kitchen, got some stuff ready, and I started to make her a breakfast. And I was gonna give her breakfast in bed, make a coffee, and then I was going to like give her a massage, and then actually we are going to go and have lunch too. But the lunch is going to be made here, sandwiches, some chips, and be driven off to a park or something that we could just sit in the car. That's what I'm gonna do, right? That's a meaningful gift. I mean, you're taking time out of your day, out of your schedule to do something special for your loved one. And it doesn't cost much. I mean, it costs whatever you make or whatever you do, of course, but it's gonna be a whole lot less than a gift that they might not even want, or a gift that you can't afford. Rub their feet. Give them a massage. Give them a back rub. I mean, make a nice shower for them. Make a nice meal, a breakfast in bed, something like that. That's what you can do, and that is priceless. Now the other thing you can do, if you can't do any of that, or don't want to, or have done it, you can just like clean up. You can just have them relax in bed, do whatever, get them whatever, and clean up. Clean the house, clean the apartment, clean whatever. Let's say maybe your significant other loves their car. and their car is dirty. It's wintertime, it's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be dirty no matter what. But what you could do, if you are able to, you can clean the inside and outside of the car. There's still car washes that are still going. There are still places where you can vacuum and wipe down the inside of your car. And if you have a house, like a garage, you could do it there. That's awesome. And honestly, if I had my own house or we could clean our vehicles outside right here in the parking lot, I would want her to do that for me. Or I would just do it for myself. But it's little things, right? It's the little things that matter most. Now, the last thing I'm gonna mention is, let's say you have a pet, right? I have a cat. His name's Eugene. This is his first Christmas with us, and it's actually his second Christmas in his life. What are we gonna do for him? I mean, if you like your pets and you wanna give them something, but you can't really go to the pet store because everything's so expensive, or you can't buy something online because it would take too long, or you really just don't wanna go that route, do something. You know, you can, of course, giving them a bath really isn't really like a gift to them. Trimming their nails isn't a gift to them. But what you could do is you can just kind of give them a nice little piece of food, or like any like chicken that isn't seasoned, that isn't processed, or any meat that doesn't have anything in it except for the meat itself. Cook it, no oil, no nothing, just cook it and then give it to them. That's a good meal. You gotta realize the certain foods that they can and can't eat, and then you just go from there. For our cat, we actually were able to get him something without actually spending any money, because our neighbors walked down the halls of the apartment complex and they gave people little baggies of either treats or cat treats or dog treats or whatever they have. And I said, I'll just take the cat treats, because one, I don't need any junk food for me. We have enough, and we certainly don't need any more. And we're just gonna give him that. If there's a little toy, there's a couple treats in there, that's good enough, right? And the other thing is, my sister actually got him a little like sweater. And honestly, I don't think that's a treat for him. It's more of a treat for us, but you know, it's gonna be cute, and just keep it on him for like 2 minutes, just to take a picture, and that's it. But these are the kinds of things, is you just want to maybe cuddle them. If they like cuddling, you could just pet them, spend some time with them, you know, make them know that you love them. And that could be for pets or humans. And if for this year you can spend time with them, if you know, you live with them or you see them very often during this time, or maybe you just kind of set up like an online meeting, or just a FaceTime phone call, or something meaningful. You know, you don't have to actually get physical items for people. It shouldn't be like that anymore, and you definitely don't have to. But if you want to go that route, if you want to buy something, you can go to a store that's like Goodwill or something that's secondhand, right? You can get a gift that is cheap because it's used. Think about all the money that you can save if you buy used items. It's actually pretty crazy. The other thing I want to say is places like Grocery Outlet have groceries for a lot cheaper, so you can get like maybe some sparkling cider or eggnog or something like that, right? Like I said, give a gift that doesn't cost a lot. If you can't afford it, you can do that by getting someone something special, something meaningful, right? It doesn't have to be an actual item, right? That's all. And if you're a kid and you want to give your parents something, write them a nice letter. Both of them, separately. Whether that be a mom or a dad, or mom and mom, or dad, or just single. Or anyone. It really doesn't matter. When I grew up, I always wrote a letter to my mom, and then whenever she would say, what about dad? I would just say, oh, it's for dad too, and write to dear mom and dad, or go write one for dear mom and dad. It was never dear dad or dear mom. It was always just dear mom or dear mom and dad. It wasn't separate. So just think, if you're a kid, you can write them a letter, or I used to do these like little tickets, or these little coupons, we would call them, like cleaning or making something or doing something for your parents by just writing it down and telling them, here, you can redeem this and I'll do whatever it says on it. And that's a great idea. It really is. And that you can do that for your siblings. You could do anything for anyone. Just, you gotta sit there and have some ideas, right? I gave you some and hopefully you can figure out more. But in that case, that'll be it for today's video. If you liked it, be sure to smack the like button as hard as you can. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And before I go, I just want to say, comment down below, what are some of the gifts that you came up with that you can give to someone for cheap and last minute too. Anyways, I'll see you guys all tomorrow.